Hey everyone, it's John the New Homes Guy, your new homes expert, and today we're going to continue from last week. Last week we talked about the advantages of building a pre-sale home in a new home community, but today we're going to talk about the disadvantages of building a pre-sale home in a new home community. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get into it. So disadvantage number one is going to be it takes a long time to build a new home. It's usually going to take about 5 to 7 months on average. Some builders might be able to do it a little bit quicker. Some might take a little bit longer. Builders don't commit to the dates up front. They'll usually give you an estimated closing date, and they do this because they can't commit to a closing date that far into the future when there's so many factors that could affect the construction of that home. There could be weather, there could be material shortages, there could be labor shortages. So it's very hard to actually predict when that home will be complete. Disadvantage number two is interest rates. Interest rates could go up while you're waiting for your home to be built. Interest rates can fluctuate. They can go up or down, but recently the trend has been that they've been going up a little bit. Now, don't worry about this too much because there are things that you can do. If this really bothers you, that you're kind of taking a chance on the interest rates going up on you, then there are things that we can do, like do an extended rate lock. It might cost you a little bit of money up front, but it gives you peace of mind down the road. Okay, so disadvantage number three is going to be timing. Because builders will give you an estimated closing date, they can't really give you a definite date yet. It's going to be hard to plan for school starts. It's going to be hard to plan for if your job relocation, when you're actually going to be starting your job, and or a lease end. You're trying to time the home being completed with the lease ending. Now, a lot of times all this is going to work out. It could be estimated up front and it could work out just fine, but I just want to caution you that a lot of times the timing may not work out and things may not go as planned. You have to give an earnest money deposit regardless of whether you're doing a pre-sale or you're buying an inventory home, but sometimes builders will charge you a higher builder deposit or earnest money deposit when you do a pre-sale. Okay, so disadvantage number 5 is going to be options deposit. If you're doing a pre-sale and you're selecting the options that you want, some of the builders are going to charge you an options deposit. And this is an additional deposit on top of the earnest money deposit, and it's usually going to be non-refundable. So disadvantage number 6 is going to be you can't see it. Yikes! So it's going to be really hard to visualize what the finished home is going to look like. You may think the yard is going to look a certain way, but when it's all is said and done and the final landscape grade is in, it may not look exactly like what you thought it was going to look like. So disadvantage number 7 is going to be closing costs. Now, builders will typically help pay some of the buyer's closing costs if they use a preferred lender in the community. Sometimes builders will pay less towards your closing costs if you're doing a pre-sale contract versus buying an inventory or standing inventory home. So disadvantage number 8 is going to be duplication fees. Some builders will charge you a duplication fee, and if they have a standing inventory or a home under construction that they've started and you're selecting the same home plan to build on a pre-sale basis on another home site, they may charge you another fee called the duplication fee. Disadvantage number 9 is going to be sales incentives. Builders will sometimes put sales incentives on their standing inventory, their homes under construction, and they'll put these sales incentives on these homes because that's what they want to sell first. So if you're looking for a sales incentive or extra money from the builder and you're doing a pre-sale, well, you could just about forget about that. It's very, very rare that builders will give you any sales incentives on a pre-sale basis, and they'll usually put their money and their extra money and their incentives towards their already started homes. Okay, so those are our 9 disadvantages of buying a pre-sale home in a new home community. This is John the New Homes Guy, your new homes expert. Please continue to watch our videos. If you're watching this on LinkedIn or on YouTube, please click like below and make a comment if you like. So please continue to follow our videos, and we will see you next time.